Tonight I am smoking. This manager is a complete fucking cunt. Pack. No elite mentality. Pack. This fucking narcissistic little prick is out of ideas. Pack. And that is what's guarding. That was disgraceful. That was disgraceful. I predicted a 2-1, by the way. How toxic and negative of me. Back once again. This club never fails to disappoint me. You think we're going to win the fucking League Cup? Sack this fucking cunt to now, bruv. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not after breakfast, now. Right fucking now, cunt. What the fuck was that shit? Best player on the pitch was Nketiah, but that's not really saying much now. Doesn't mean shit. We were 2-0 up. 2-0 up against Wolves. Bottom of the league, Wolves. One of the worst Premier League sides ever. And we done that. We fucking done that. Nah. This is, nah. I'm seething, bro. I'm absolutely fucking livid. What has this club done? Andrea Berta, pull the plug. While this season is still salvageable, pull the fucking club. The fucking plug. I can barely speak now. That's how fucking pissed I am. Pull the fucking plug, Andrea Berta. Right now. To now, bruv. Not tonight, not tomorrow. To now, bruv. There is no defending this performance. You cannot defend the indefensible. You can't defend the indefensible, cunt. You can't do it. What is this shit? What is this shit? Why is it second half, especially recently, we always fall off, no matter who we play? The game was done after Wigan. All right, cool. And ironically, this manager takes the cup seriously. We fall off in the league. We flop in the league. We're bottling it already. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Kroenke, this is on you, cunt, as well. This is on fucking you. You allowed this shit to fester for 6 fucking years. For 6 fucking years. And then you bring Andrea Berta in. We should have brought Andrea Berta in years ago. Michele, someone of that ilk, years ago, bruv. Too fucking late. You shit fucking cunts. These players are a disgrace, bruv. Martinelli, worst player on the pitch. If he had a shooting boots on, he could have got a hat-trick. Should have got a hat-trick, bruv. But again, no 90-minute performance. Big up DJB, who I was on stream with earlier with Rashid. Go sub to both of them. Go sub to Jamboy. Go sub to Views. Go sub to Lion Text. Guns, Ola. Go follow Manny. Who am I missing? Godfather, Jez. This is the problem. This is the fucking problem. Yeah? This is the fucking problem. When we call out this shit for the longest, shit like this happens. No Odegaard, but we still have problems. Why? It's because of this fucking manager. He has ran these players into the fucking ground. You cannot defend it. You cannot defend it. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you sit on, it's done now. What you saw tonight, this manager is out of fucking ideas. He's out of ideas completely. AirPod Albert, the set piece coach, can fuck off as well, losing his shit. And the full-time whistle, you saw it, you all saw it. That's the only time these players showed fight. An ounce of fucking grit and determination. Too fucking late. Too fucking late. That was dog shit. That was fucking dog shit. And I knew it was going to be a stinky-ass game because this manager doesn't know any better. This manager don't have the fucking cojones. He don't have the fucking bollocks. He can never put his nuts on the table when it fucking matters. He doesn't even do a Jimbo from American Pie. No, he's just straight. You know what I mean? I know that's mad, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm livid, bro. I'm livid. I'm livid. While this season is still salvageable, sack this little fucking pretender looking cunt, bruv. This fraud. Absolute clown show. End the circus. The circus. Time to go. It's time to go. Bring in Enrique in the summer. Bring him in. Bring Mancini in. You know what I'm saying? Get Hansi Flick away from Barca. We got the money. No one can say we don't have the money to do that shit. 15 million plus pound a year for this useless cunt. Get fucked. Get royally fucked. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Like, I can't fathom how there are fans. There's still too many fans that aren't willing to even remotely get to the point where I'm at. They're nowhere near even where Half Volley is at. Respectfully, I see you in the chat, Half Volley. Big up. But still, they're nowhere near that level of where you're thinking, bro. Where the players ain't doing it. They're out of it. Well, they don't have a fucking Scooby. They've been running to the ground. It's funny as well. It's very ironic that we're not seeing fucking Gabriel Heinze. You know, it has to be Heinze in that shit. You know what I'm saying? But we still see the set piece coach. This is a fucking joke. This is beyond a fucking joke. To infinity and beyond bottlers, bro. Disgracia. I've had enough of this. No. I've had enough of this shit. Yeah. I'm fuming as well, bruv. Bring Enrique in, bruv. I don't give a shit. Bring him in the summer. Andrea Berta, pull the fucking plug, yeah? Because if you don't, all eyes on you now, Berta. All eyes on you, Andrea Berta. This can't go on. We're going to fold like never before, bruv. Never before. Worst Man City team. Fuck it. The worst Premier League I have ever seen. All them teams in the Premier League have been shit. Inconsistent and all of that. And we're not winning the league, bruv. It's done. Mentally, they're gone. And especially what you saw at the end. And even before that. It's done, bruv. It's done. Sack him 2 now, bruv. Not even tonight. Sack him 2 now, bruv. He should be sacked. He has to be sacked. What are they waiting for? What to lose in the League Cup final? To lose against Matt? Why are you waiting for no trophies again? We need serious ass fucking help. We need open brain surgery. Forget heart surgery. This is brain surgery, bro. Come on. Yeah, sack him in the dressing room, bro. Big up AJ. Big up AFC 87 as always, bro. Operation save the fucking season. So then we can save the cups, save the league, and who knows, in the Champions League. But I don't think we're going to win the Champions League because these players are finished, bro. I think we've probably just got enough energy. If we get someone in, not even if we get someone in proper, just give it to Paddy V till the end of the season. Give it to Patrick Vieira. I would much rather have Freddie Ljungberg from now till the end of the season. You saw what he did before this fucking joker walked in our club. And that's Wenger's, sorry. This is Wenger's worst ever fucking decision. Bringing that fucking little narcissistic cunt. Jim Jones, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker. Been saying it. He was a panic buyer, bro. Oh, and we made that full club captain as well. No. I don't have the energy to get this mad for the longest anymore, man. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Big up Half Volley. No killer instinct. We ain't got nothing, bruv. It's done. The only way these players can give us something from now till the end of the season is this manager leaves right now. There's no other way, bro. I have to be real. This manager is killing these players. It's not just physically, but mentally as well. He shot them to pieces. It's done. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, AJ. I hear exactly what you're saying. Still 5 points. No. Anyone saying that shit, you ain't a real Arsenal fan. I don't give a fuck, cunt. I don't give a fuck. If you think that that's an acceptable excuse, there are no excuses, bro. There are no fucking excuses. For that shit cunt of a performance there are no excuses. Come on. Come on. Yeah, and you think we're going to beat Spurs with that? Spurs are shit, but they ain't fucking Wolves shit. Do you know what I'm saying? No. It's about time for Luis Enrique, bruv. Bring him in. Even Sleggers would do better at this point. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Big up Half Volley. Big up Baran. That's the problem is you have hipster footballers. Enrique needs luxury footballers. I kind of agree but disagree at the same time. We do have hipster footballers, but you don't need a full team of luxury footballers. If there's really and truly, yeah, the only luxury footballer should be really and truly the number 10, our creative spark, who's in no man's land right here, right now, Fatboy Sim settings. Or if we have a techie fucking striker like a Zlatan or, you know, Adriano back in the day, but we ain't got that. No, to be honest, no one's really got that. Barca with Lewandowski, Harry Kane's a different type of striker slightly. Other than that, you're struggling. You really are struggling because Mbappe ain't really an out-and-out striker, but it's just like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, you know, Inzaghi, Don Diego. Oh, yeah, how's Atleti looking, bruv? Soon as they bring in fucking Adamela Lookman, who we should have brought ahead of that shit cunt Noddy, bruv. Noddy with his clown shoes and fucking car. Madueke, bruv. 52 million. Master stroke. Yeah, get fucked. I'm done with this bullshit. That's the what these top gooners are crying over Twitter and social media. Why? Yeah, why? This is your process. This is your manager. These are your players that you wanted. Trust the process, innit? Back your team. Back your team. Doesn't matter if we're in phase 6 or 7. This is what you wanted. See it out till the end. Fucking hypocrites, bruv. We told you, the real fans, exactly twofold. The real fans told you this manager was never good enough. And now they're crying. Why did it take for us to bottle a 2-0 lead against Wolves? The worst Wolves side. Not even just the worst Wolves side, the worst Premier League side I have ever seen in my life. When has this ever happened in the history of English football? Definitely not in the modern era, not in the last 20, 30, I would argue 40, 50 years. This manager is beyond dusted, bruv. No more ideas. AirPod Albert, nah. The set-piece coach ain't doing no more. I'm going to be real, Rashid. Your set-piece coach is going outside, bruv. It is what it is. And I definitely don't want it given to him from now till the end of the season. No chance, mate. Respectfully, no chance. Berta kept Simeone in the club for years after disappointment, season after season. He's not getting sacked. Atleti upgraded their sporting director. Now they have Alemany, former Barca director. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. To be honest, this manager's gone by the end of the season anyway, Baran. If it's not now, it will definitely be at the end of the season because we're not winning the league. If we're not winning the league, he's gone, bruv. He's been given the ultimatum at the start of the season and they've allowed this shit to fester, bruv. Berta needs to pull the plug. I don't care. He's not at Atleti. He's not at Atleti, bruv. So even though they've been more successful, way more successful in Europe than we have, domestically they've done very, very well. I rate Atleti. Don't get it twisted, but we've got heritage in our own country domestically. You know, it's just Europe that we're mad behind. This manager is messed up. He's not made for football. Last career as a football. There you go. I've been saying the end is nigh, people. The end is nigh. I called the flood before it happened. Guys. But no. You're all about the fine margins, guys. Fine margins, guys. We just have to control. And you saw what he did earlier in the game. Don't lose your head, guys. Calma. Yeah. When we're 2-1 up. When they scored a goal. Funny that. Fucking wasters, the lot of them. Waste, man. Absolute wallads, the lot of them. If this manager is here next season, I'm watching La Liga in Serie A. It boils my blood. I hear it, bro. He's not going to be here next season. He won't be here next season. These players have been run into the ground, bro. He's had chance after chance to rest Bukayo Saka. Never did. Southgate did the same thing, by the way, as well. They need to be held accountable for their crimes. Criminal behaviour in football, bro. This is beyond shameful, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Atleti drew the last game, and the game before that lost to Betis 1-0 at home. Simeone is beyond washed, but Barca as a team, they're crooks or cooks. Either way. Look, mate, Simeone needs a new challenge, and I think deep down you know that as well. He would do better with this squad. He would. Even now, he would. He would see the mess. Odegaard will be nowhere near this team, and it took this manager how long to kind of get rid of Odegaard, but he couldn't resist that little cunt. He couldn't resist bringing him back into the fold against Brentford. Now look. The collapse is already happening. It's in motion. It's in motion, guys. The collapse, the bottling is in motion, guys. The fucking cunt. Useless fucking dosser. And a lot of them players, they need to hang their heads in shame tonight. Even though Nkape was the best of the bad bunch, still. And that's what I was saying, AJ. New challenge. Simeone and Jose are proper defensive managers with strikers. Scoring many goals, not this cancer nicking million. Yeah, £50 million a year. Wow. You lot were willing to back a guy that has never managed a football team. He was an assistant homeboy for Pep's little bitch, over Unai Emery. Seasoned professional. Won 3 Europa Leagues in a row with Sevilla. Won the Europa League with Villarreal. After we sacked him. So you weren't willing to back him because you couldn't stand that good evening, and all of that bollocks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all said it, whatever, banter, the sides and all of that. But at the same time, if I'd have known, even personally, that our tapas Lego head was going to get the job, I would have kept Unai Emery in a heartbeat. I would have even kept with Freddie Ljungberg, bro. I don't care. Until we can find someone proper, I would have kept Freddie Ljungberg. We should have kept Freddie Ljungberg. Hashtag, we should have kept Freddie Ljungberg, bruv. Period. Fucking period. We'll see. This is beyond a joke, man. This is beyond a fucking joke. The only way Berta keeps him on, even after this season, is if he does a 007 thing, which I can't see him doing. Because if Josh Kroenke wanted to keep things the way they were, Vino would still be here, Tim Lewis would still be here. Berto would be nowhere near this football club. Same with what's his face? All the other board members and that. I hear what you're saying, AJ. He would never be this bad with this much backing. That's the thing. Arteta is the most protected, the most backed manager in world football. the most PR I have ever seen given to one person in my life. That includes politicians, by the way. Tony Blair never got this PR. Both Bushes never got this PR. Boris Johnson, Starmer, Rishi, Sunak, they never got this much PR. Was it Theresa May? That pig lover Cameron? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, no, they're already there, bruv. They're already there. Trust me, yeah? They'll turn because they're getting trolled by rival fans, bruv. Because this fan base is not only fickle, super fickle. I know most football fans are fickle, but our fan base is one of the most fickle fan bases ever, period. And they're so weak mentally. They're so fucking weak. Trust me, they'll fold in it. They'll have to admit they're wrong. But their angle will be, oh, but I tried. We tried to back it, but it was just too much. How do you think I feel? How do you think we all feel in the chat? Us Arsenal fans, for telling you cunts that this was going to happen. Come on, man. We play better football under Unai Emery, 100%. 100%. It's like Jez said, Josh had probably realised he made a mistake with our... Yeah, but again, too late, bro. Way too late. Way too late. Yeah, so Hansi Flick is a realistic coach. Could get sacked, but he's not the kind of coach the teams pick. He picks the teams. PSG ain't sacking Enrique, even if they go trophyless. He has enough credit in the bank. Look, Baran, if he's offered £20 million a year, he's leaving PSG, bro. Unless City offer him the same amount, if not more. He won't. I'll actually be not surprised because nothing surprises me, but I'll be amazed. I'll be fucking amazed if Luis Enrique is still at PSG next season. In a way, I would be. Every top club will look at Arsenal and never give a manager 6 years to get it right. Well, this is what we've been saying, guys. It doesn't take time. This manager, this clown-ass manager, even proved himself that it doesn't take time. 6 months plus, won the FA Cup in COVID, no fans, and all of that shit. And yet, we should have sacked him after we lost 5-0 to City. But that's why you guys kept him, because it's like after the City game, you guys were like, well, as long as we don't get battered again, as long as we don't get pumped 3, 4, 5, 6-0, trust me, this manager's still here. It's going to happen, bro. The collapse is here. It's arrived, bro. It's arrived. It's fucking arrived, cunt. Like, what are we doing here? Oh, mate. Pardon my language. That was fucking... This is how bad it is. Manny don't usually swear. Big up, Manny. We were on the same show with Rashid and Guns and all of them, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up. Don't apologise for the language. That's how mad you are, bruv. That's how livid you are. When Manny is swearing, guys, yeah, it's that bad. It's that fucking bad, bro. If Manny is swearing, you know it's beyond dusted, bro. This manager's out of ideas. This manager's got no clue. He's winged it all this time, all the protection. Arteta, anyone from the Arsenal media team, I know you'll be watching this. Someone pass this on to Mikel Arteta, right? Best believe that, right? If you want to save your managerial career, leave. Fucking leave. Take a sabbatical, whatever. I don't give a fucking shit. I just want you out of the fucking football club. And go manage a lower league team, which is what you should have done in the fucking first place. Even Xabi Alonso, right? Even Xabi Alonso, before he went to Leverkusen, I think was managing Sociedad B team or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? You look at Fabregas, right? If we hadn't picked Mikel Arteta to be our manager, I would maybe consider a Fabregas. Kenny Ken won't, but I think anyone that knows people. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But for me, right, But for me, I don't even want Fabregas at our football club. Not after Arteta, innit? I don't care how well he's doing at Como, bruv. This manager has ruined it for a lot of managers. And it's ruined it for football. Maybe this is the real catalyst for change, guys. No more PR OSSs, no more PR Emir League, no more it takes time. Accountability is the best ability. And ultimately, if you don't win, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. This is yeah, sorry, I have to read this again, Manny. That was fucking disgusting. Much worse than the ugly 2-1 win against this lot at the Emirates. Yeah, it was miles worse. We don't deserve to win anything this season with a manager and team. Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. And I said about David Raya, he's a good keeper, but he ain't number one and he ain't elite level. I wanted Oblak. But Oblak ain't as good as he used to be. I'd take Neuer right now over David Raya. What are we doing here, people? But apparently, I don't know ball. Like, this football club can get fucked unless they're willing to be a serious, proper elite level football club. What you promised all of us fans when we knocked down that beautiful Highbury Stadium, right? That I've never been to, by the way. It's probably up there with my biggest ever regret. And I have a lot of regrets, yeah, but that's probably up there as number one. Because I will never, ever... Like, I've been to the Emirates a number of times. Well, a few times. Nowhere near the same, bruv. Nowhere near the same. Anyone that's been to the Emirates and been to Highbury, they can tell you. I can't tell you personally, but I know for sure that the Emirates ain't a proper football stadium, bruv. I've actually been to proper football stadiums. You know, even the redeveloped Craven Cottage, that's a proper fucking football stadium. Do you know what I'm saying? Loftus Road back in the day, proper football stadium, innit? I would love to work in England one day. Yeah. So get him. Put 15, 20 million pound a year contract on the table, bruv. He'll come. Manager out at all costs. I hear it, bruv. I fucking hear it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We sacked Xabi Alonso after 7 months. In hindsight, looking back at it, it was a good decision. Of course it was a good decision, Bahrain. Your club has standards. To be honest, it should never have got that far, to be honest. Because your manager at the time, Xabi Alonso, was talking about reconstruction phases. Oh, I wonder where he got that from. Lego head, bruv. Lego head is the king of the mutants when it comes to managers. Cristiano Ronaldo is the king of these scrubby, jammy, fucking dog shit players that we see. Modern footballers, maulers, bruv. They ain't ballers, they're maulers, bruv. Yeah? Cristiano, Mikel Arteta. And people will say, oh, but Cristiano Ronaldo's had an amazing career, unbelievable. Yeah, he has. He'll probably get that 1,000 goal mark, but he's nowhere near Leo Messi, nowhere near Neymar on technical ability. Ronaldinho, Zizou, the list goes fucking on, bruv. Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo phenomenal, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing it, but yeah. This is what we're doing, guys. This is what we're fucking doing. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit. This manager was the worst decision. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Twofold. I've said it. I even said it in the last stream that I was on with Rashid just before the game. The worst decision Arsene Wenger ever made. He was a panic buy. He's not even an Everton legend. Rangers and definitely not Real Sociedad. Let that sink in. If you're not a Real Sociedad legend, if you're not a Rangers legend, and you're not even an Everton legend, oh my days. Lord of mercy. Best believe that. But back once again for the Renegade Master. We are here. We told you fucking cunts. We told you that we would be here, right now. Fat Boy Slim Settings. Speaking the fucking truth, cunt. I've been saying this manager ain't it, bro. He's not the guy. He never has been, never will be, bro. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I can't, mate. Everton fans. Exactly. Oh, you think he's a terrible coach? He's playing his best player, a creative midfielder, striker. He's a fucking. No, you don't rate him. No. Well, we'll see in it. We'll see. But either way, even if no matter how well Fabregas is doing, basically, I don't want him at my football club, and definitely not after this fucking clown ass manager. 100%. He would only manage Chelsea in England away. Fucking hell. Yeah, 100%, AJ. Oblak is miles clear of Raya, even now. And yeah, he is a much better manager. I think Cesc is a much better manager, but I wouldn't take him. He's ruined it. Not just at Arsenal Football Club, but all other clubs that want to hire former players as managers. Yeah. This Premier League, this PR Emily League, this PR OSS is getting exposed right here, right now. Fat Boy Slim settings, yeah? The gravy train is over. The masquerade is over. David Porter settings, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Kicking it old school in this bitch. Do you know what I mean? Emi Martinez saves that Bueno goal easily, as does Donnarumma, any decent keeper. Yeah, I hear it as well, because it wasn't top bins. But you know what I'm saying? Wanted Donnarumma, but no. Exactly. Not happy with England rugby team. Sack Arteta, now get rid of these players. Get rid of Bummy Borthwick as well, bruv. Get rid of Bummy ass Borthwick. You know, because even though Ireland have been poor, just on a side note, I don't see us with the way we're playing beating Ireland. We're definitely not beating France. France are already champions, bro. They just need to win all of their games to win the Grand Slam. I believe they will. Correct me if I'm wrong, Todd. I believe they play Paris. I believe they play Palace. Paris. Sorry, they play France in Paris. And I can barely speak. That's how fucking pissed I am. Not pissed as in this. This is just lemon, ginger, water, and honey. Much needed, especially after that fucking performance. Top Gooners on Twitter saying, "Oh, I need to take a break from supporting this club." Oh, I wonder why. It's too much. It's too much, guys. It's too much, guys. Yeah. Talking about quadruple. These fans never learn, bro. They need to humble themselves. Stay humble, eh? Stay humble, eh? And they need to shut the fuck up as well. They need to shut the fuck up. Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Rice, Timber, Ethan, MLS, Max Dowman, and Victor Gyökeres. That's it. Not even Eza. I know Eza wasn't great tonight, although to be fair, he should have started. But I would add Ebery Eza to that list. At least give him one more season, and if he don't cut it, we can either loan him, then sell him, or just sell him. Either way. Yeah, bro. Big up Black Crow each and every single time. You wouldn't have sacked Xabi Alonso. Rah. But that's the thing. It's not all about being a great coach. Yeah. You may not rate Cesc Fabregas as a coach, but I'll tell you what, his man management is looking better than Arteta's, bruv. I have to be real. And yeah, Jude Bellingham is a fucking scrub, but we know this. We bottled it, Black Crow. That's exactly what happened. P45, bruv. P45. Fucking bullshit. Big up, Gianni. Big up. I need to check out your stream with Shane Gooner. Who would you pay to see and all of that as well? I know you got another one planned, and if the timing's all right, I would love to be on that show about the Vinny bullshit that's been going around and all of that shit with what happened in Lisbon. Absolute disgracia. You know what I mean? I'm going to put the link out now, guys. I'm going to put the link out now because I'm sure there's at least a couple of you that want to have your say. I am sure of it, bruv. I am fucking sure of it. Yeah. Think of Gay in the summer, basically. I think that's what he's saying. 1886 over everything. Yeah, 1886, not 1996, and definitely not 2019, cunt. Yeah, man. Yeah. Big up, Static. League's done, mate. League's done. Operation Save the Season, bruv. Sack this Filish da puta. Sack this fucking cunt. To now. Not tonight. To now, bro. Back once again for the Renegade Master. Same just like 9 points, possible 21. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool, AJ. I hear it. No problem. Look, I could barely speak at times tonight, but it's understandable, isn't it? It's understandable, guys. It's the fine margins, guys. I'm very, very angry, guys. Well, I am. He's fucking not. He's fucking laughing all the way to the bank. That cocky, fake hair wearing cunt, bruv. Had enough. I've more than had enough with him. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, this is a fucking shambles, bro. Manny, talk to me, my guy. Like, I'm spent, bro.
I've said everything I wanted to say in that comment I put in the chat. And big up to the chat, by the way. Everyone who's joined and everyone who's there since the beginning, the moderators. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. These past few weeks, I've been saying I don't care about statement wins. Winning is a statement. And I wanted a 3-1 win today. Even if somehow, we stunk out the gaff and ended up with a 2-1 win, which looked likely with barely minutes to go, I would have said, you know what? It is what it is. But the worst part is, you take a look at the way some of our players were just, it's not that they were running on fumes, it's that they literally had the life kicked out of them. Bukayo, if anyone had any doubts about Bukayo Saka being finished as a professional footballer, you saw it tonight. Arteta starts him in the 10 and has Nono Madueke on the right, along with Martinelli on the left. Saka scores a wonderful header. Excellent positioning, good presence of mind. Doesn't really do very much. But then Arteta brings on Eze, so it means that Saka ends up going out onto the right. And the worst part is, whenever he had the ball, after Wolves would clumsily give the ball away, and they did that many times this game, you just knew that we were never going to get anything because all it took was 1 or 2 defenders to run back and snatch the ball away from him, and that's it. The man was walking. He couldn't even run. And that is how damaged he is. And now, what sort of hope do we have of getting anything now from the North London derby? The worst part is, I'll tell you what now. Normally, I'd be going into the North London derby feeling quite confident we'd get something. And you know what? This is normally a game where we always, or at least more often than not, turn up because it's a question of, local pride or what have you. But we couldn't even hold on for a win against, the bottom of the table team. Do we seriously have any hope of getting anything against a Spurs team that might possibly have a new manager bounce? Don't get me wrong. If Igor Tudor decides to play it on 3-4-3, it could play into our hands, or maybe it won't because, with Tudor having managed Italy, like Conte, he'll know how to make that formation work. But the sad part is, I can't even be necessarily excited about the North London derby anymore. And now, of course, if City do beat Newcastle, which isn't impossible, and although it isn't quite as likely given how well Newcastle slapped up Karabakh, but having said that, look, European football, the standard's completely gone down the lavatory, it has to be said, this season. But if they beat Newcastle, it's back to 2 points. We play Spurs. We've played an extra game. And then what happens from here? The stats are damning. In 2026, we've now played 8 games and only collected 13 points out of a possible 24. That is pathetic. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm reminded of the first Premiership season when Manchester United broke their drought. In the month of March, they played 5 games and only picked up 6 points. Mostly draws. I think they lost to Oldham Athletic, which was one occasion when the bottom team beat the top team. But thankfully for United, it didn't cost them. And then in the month of April, Alex Ferguson, Sir Alex, of course, told his players, you know what, just go out and enjoy yourselves. As long as you play well in these next few games, you're going to be champions as far as I'm concerned. The results said it all. 7 straight wins. They won the league by 10 points as Aston Villa completely crumbled in the end. But Mikel Arteta can never, ever be fit to shine or lace Sir Alex Ferguson's boots. And further to what you were saying about how, Wenger signing Arteta was probably the worst decision that could have been made. I think the worst thing that could have possibly happened to us was that FA Cup win. When you take a look at how some of the players responsible for that World Cup win were binned off ruthlessly and heartlessly not too long afterwards, I told myself, if this manager doesn't value merit as a criteria, what hope does this team have? And the following season, he frittered away all of that goodwill. He never, ever, ever should have been allowed to continue after that first full season where we missed out on European football. And the second season, despite playing only a game a week, we couldn't even get top four. Lost out to Conte's Tottenham of all teams. Choked at the end. People blame Rob Holding, but there were many other culprits in that team that day. And it's continued. It's continued. I always big you up, Natster, when you talk about pattern recognition. And I'm going to keep repeating those two words until the end of the season, because what you said, and I'm not just, trying to, butter you up or anything like that. What you said was profound, because that is something that we learn about on the job when we're studying in university or in any walk of life. You see these patterns and you think, once may be a mistake, twice may be something forgivable, but if you keep doing the same thing again and again, it's not a mistake, it's a decision. And there is a part of me that thinks that Arteta seems to love the drama so much, he deliberately wants to bottle it so that, he can keep people riveted to it. It's like a soap opera here, or a telenovela, as they would say in Spanish. And I'm sorry, but growing up, I wasn't as big a fan of Neighbours and Home and Away as I was of my cartoons on CITV and CBBC. Mm-hmm. So, there comes a time when you have to say, you know what, enough's enough. We don't need the drama. No drama, as the Black Eyed Peas famously sang in one of their songs. Can't take it anymore. And especially when you consider how it can adversely affect people's health, it's really disgusting what's going on. But I'll tell you who the worst fans are. The worst fans are the people who are happy to enable this, who talk so much about how good we have it. And then when we end up going through a crisis and end up losing out on good things because we just aren't good enough, they end up gaslighting us and telling us, you should find a new hobby if you don't want to support your football team because these things are going to happen. Learn to be grateful. And I'm going to call out this idiot with a blog who considers himself a big know-it-all. Kinos, who writes for the She Wore a Yellow Ribbon blog. Mm. One of the most sanctimonious, condescending, arrogant pricks you will ever see with a blog. His entire website is not only the most sickening pro-Arteta propaganda you can see, but it's also literally nothing more than a merchandise, some online shop, an online merchandise shop where you can order whatever you want. And you have idiots like him writing such rubbish and then seeing the way things pan out and then, just having the nerve to be all high and mighty about everything. He never admits his mistakes, and neither do the other people who are happy to enable this. And that's really what angers me. You talk about how our fan base is fickle. Our fan base is also the most arrogant, cognitively dissonant bunch of idiots you will ever see. And I have to guard myself here because we do see a large number of people, especially on these YouTube streams, who are very sensible, very guarded, very knowledgeable, quite intelligent, and also gentlemanly or, ladylike enough to admit that they may be wrong about something. You don't see that with these people. And you know how sometimes people say that it's better to be wrong and strong than right and quiet. But then if you keep being wrong and you don't get anything out of it, I don't care how strong you are, even the strongest people can be defeated. That's something people can never understand. This particular season, Natster and Khawaja, big up to you, by the way, I hope you're well, brother, will definitely be a watershed. We are still on course for, we could possibly get a quadruple if we somehow get our act together. But the way things are going now, with more players being injured and more players now starting to feel the strain of being overworked, I don't know if I can see that happening. I really can't. Of course, we could have a leg up in the Champions League with Bodo Glimt having thrashed Inter Milan, but that's besides the point. The way our team is being managed right now, the way some of our supposedly vaunted world-class players are responding right now, I don't see any hope of us, getting our act together in time to make sure we get the points we need. And if we lose this league to a washed Manchester City team, if we lose the Carabao, the League Cup to the same team, if we don't progress in the FA Cup despite having an easy draw, if we fail to make any progress in the Champions League, this has to be one of the most humiliating seasons in Arsenal's history. And before you bring Khawaja, I will say this. Some of our fellow YouTubers are old enough to remember how bad things were under the likes of Terry Neal. Mm. And we had really good players back then, mind you. But if you were to ask them right now, they would tell you that these last 2 seasons under Mikel Arteta have literally been much, much, much worse. Mikel Arteta has single-handedly made Terry Neal look like an outstanding manager. And that has to be a really big indictment.
Exactly. Well said, Manny. Before I bring you in, Quadra, big up, by the way, for jumping on the stream and that. Yeah. It's, it's that bad when you have to swear in it. Well, you don't have to, but when you swear once in the chat, once here, I'm kind of proud in a way, Like I don't like to claim sort of ignorance or influence, but it just goes to show how angry you are and how justified that anger is. Like, I've had to calm down a little bit. I mean, you see the title. Do you know what I'm saying? I could have put in other titles, but it's like, I've been vindicated at this point. Like, to me, what this manager has done in the space of 6 years is he's made Terry Neal look fucking good. Like, Terry Neal, won 4 FA Cups or something like that? 3, 4? Like, he's definitely won more than Arteta. That's for damn sure. Like, for me, it's unbelievable. Like, it's a fucking disgrace that, there's still too many fans that are still peddling this crap. They clearly love the manager more than they love the football club. There's no getting around it. And they conveniently forget that the club is the star. It's about the fans. It's about the players. And then after that, with the board and the manager and all of that, but even with the players, you can, I wouldn't personally say idolize, but like, you can have like fan favorites, like you can have favorite players and all that, of course. Mine was TT growing up, Bergkamp, Paddy V and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Bobby Perez, especially Dennis Bergkamp, he is a fucking baller. But anyway, it's just like, for me, I just, we've gone from that to fucking Martin nicking a living guard, bro. Like, how embarrassing. How embarrassing is that? And they put these guys on a pedestal that are proper players, are legends, never got put on by our fan base. It just goes to show the standards have dropped so far down, right? It's beyond shameful. It's absolutely beyond shameful. Quadra, I've got to take a few minutes to just calm down. Take it away, brother. What do you think of this woeful, beyond shameful performance tonight, bro?
Well, I wasn't surprised it was going to be a draw because big up Manny, big up Natsta, but that was terrible performance. This manager's going to cost us the league title. Let's be real, we're not winning this league. Man City are winning the league. That's 7 draws now this season. Back-to-back games, we've dropped points. We were 2-0 up. And we parked the bus. We just don't know what to do. My man giving Saka a new contract for no reason. Why are you giving Saka a new contract for? What's he done? What's he actually done? You're giving Saka a new contract for nothing. He scored a goal, and what did he do? He was terrible in the 10. Why do we have to give players these new contracts when they've done nothing? It's embarrassing. Eze should be starting, but this manager ain't it. This manager's going to cost us, Manny. I'm just not. I'm really sick and tired of this. It's an opportunity to win this league. When Manchester City dropped points, we just never took advantage. This manager's going to cost us. I swear to you, if this manager does not win anything this season, we're a finished club. This club is dusted. The club is finished, and we're not winning anything. These players are going to leave. Saliba, Gabriel. Like, listen, Manny. Gabriel was stupid. I mean, Raya was trying to grab the ball. Why did Gabriel need to head the ball? Raya could have held on to that ball. But there's no communication. There's no common sense. I just don't know what to do. He brings on a defender to park the bus, and he scored an own goal. This is going to happen, bro. We're going to crumble this season. And if we finish second, it's down to these draws. These draws are costing us. How can you spend £1 billion and still can't win a league title? These Arsenal fans are gassing up that we're going to win a quadruple or treble. We ain't winning anything this season, bruv. If we don't win anything this season, it's because we just didn't do our job. We ain't doing anything this season. Wolves, they're 20th in the table. I expected a win. We just never wanted to win the game. The North London derby is next. I just don't know what to do. Because if Manchester City beat Newcastle United on Saturday, the gap is close to 2. We should be at least 17, 20 points. But the 7 draws has costed us, and this is what happens when this manager never changes his system, never changes it to a back 3, just plays the same old 4-2-3-1. Zubimendi, by the way, was terrible. What does he actually offer? Manny, because Zubimendi is overrated, another overrated player that these Top Gunners overhype. It's an absolute disgrace. This guy does not do nothing. This guy's ball watching every single time. This guy can't do anything with the football. This guy can't pass a ball. I mean, Manny, what does he actually offer? What does Zubimendi actually offer, mate?
You're asking the wrong person. I mean, a lot of us are saying, literally, Khawaja, that the best way to use Zubimendi would be as someone who could roam about in the more attacking number 8 position while Declan Rice ends up, playing a more defensive role. And yet sometimes you see the roles being reversed, and we know that defensively Zubimendi isn't it. And, a lot of people still talk about how wonderful a player Santi Cazorla was. And I'll tell you what, he did have some beautiful moments in him. But on occasions, he wasn't really used very well by Wenger. Sometimes he'd be used in the 6, and even defensively, he couldn't, quite hack it. And that's the thing with some of these, certain players. Zubimendi, let's get it straight. He's not very tall. In fact, I'll look up his height right now. And if you notice, Khawaja, he gets almost easily brushed off the ball. The man just can't hack it as a defensive pivot. A defensive midfield pivot, unless he's given the freedom to go a little bit more forward. I mean, he's 5'11", so he's not that short, but he's not really as big and imposing as you would like him to be. And you look at someone like Declan Rice, even he couldn't lace the boots of someone like, Patrick Vieira. Even Abu Diaby, mind you, had it not been for his injuries, he could almost certainly have made a name for himself. But, Zubimendi just isn't really it. And he doesn't really seem to have that aggression which you need to really do as well as you'd like people to do, and you'd like him to do. And he just can't. He just can't hack it. He just can't hack it in that position, and he's not being used properly. This was, of course, a perfect game, a midweek game against a bottom of the table team, to give Christian Norgard a chance to play. And that poor fellow who was, brought from Brentford, was captain of Brentford. He should have been given a run out at the G-Tech Stadium, and the fact that he wasn't is poor man management in every sense of the word. And even now as well, you see Wolves somehow trying to get back into the game. You bring him on and you calm things down. The worst part is, Wolves didn't even play very well. The pitch was exceptionally slippery, and some of their passes were, completely awkward and going, astray. they weren't able to control the ball for the most part. But when they did get the ball under control, and I will give them their credit, they actually made it count. They really did. Bueno's goal was an absolute worldie. David Raya should have used his left hand, but if you take a look and see how the goal was conceded, he still tries to, lead with his right hand, and you don't get that much height. When you're diving diagonally, you've got to use your top hand to sort of, get at least palm the ball away or push it over the crossbar. That's a technical deficiency, and yet you have people, idiots on Twitter, gassing him up, saying, "Oh, he's world class." And the less said about that goal, the better. I actually blame David Raya as well, because when you see your defender in a good position to head the ball away, you stay in your spot. You stay where you are. It's the same mistake that both those idiots made against Sunderland. And it cost us big time as Wolves ended up getting a 2-2 draw, the same damn score. So we have a lot of players in our team right now who just simply they didn't stand up to be counted today, let it be said. Saka did score an excellent goal, but he didn't really do very much afterwards. And when you have to start him in the 10, you just know that you aren't really able to get the best out of him in his more preferred position. And it's silly how the commentators, I think it was Andrew Townsend and Joe Spate, where I was watching it, were talking about the possibility of him supposedly evolving into that position later on. No. He needs a lot more rest. And the worst part is, the guy who should be his understudy by right in terms of talent is balling it out right now in Marseille, despite the fact that the team aren't really doing too well. I think they've imploded in recent times and their manager resigned. And then we've got Madueke, who runs all day, huffs and puffs, but can't blow the house down. So what are we doing here, as people would ask? Just what are we doing here? What is that exactly is Arteta trying to do? What is he trying to achieve by buying some of these players who he thinks will take us to the next level? The man's talent ID is simply just right down the toilet, it has to be said. And aside from maybe Timber, who I thought did really well, although Hugo Bueno gone to the game a lot more, it has to be said. I don't know if I can think of any Arsenal player who had a good game tonight. I really can't. I don't see anyone really, taking the game by the scruff of the neck and really doing a lot well. Declan Rice had a great assist for Saka's goal. I struggle to remember what more he did. And the ball was, the pitch was slippery. The ball was moving here and there. Players were slipping all over. Wolves were there for the taking. And we just didn't do it. We just couldn't even win. We couldn't finish our dinner. And now we're going hungry again. It's games like this that really make me angry. And you can see now, as Natsa talks about in terms of pattern recognition, more players are going to drop like flies. More players are running on fumes. I thought Calafiori was injured, so he couldn't start against Wigan. And now he comes on as a substitute. And lo and behold, he concedes an own goal. I mean, what the hell is going on here? You know what? One thing I can say right now is that by the end of March, we're going to have a really good idea about where this team is, what it's doing, and where, Arteta will stand in terms of any kind of, goodwill amongst the fans and others. But if, again, as I say, if we bottle everything this season, if we end up with nothing, he can't hide anywhere. Just as well that Aston Villa are probably a little bit too far away to even catch us. But can you imagine if we were to lose the league to Unai Emery? That would be humiliating.
Bro, I'd rather lose the league now so we can get this clown out of here. Because I just want to lose this league right now so we can get rid of him. Because these Arsenal fans had the audacity to tell us that Arteta is the best manager in the world. We have the best squad, and we still can't beat Wolves. Proper teams beat these scrubby teams like Wolves. They were rocked bottom of the table. Don't give me any excuses because we're winning no league title this season. That's it. City are winning it. And by the way, that game in hand, they have Crystal Palace. That game postponed. They're going to win that game. And they can go top. We're just the bridesmaid. That's who we are. We just don't look like winning this league title. 2 wins from 8. How can you be 2 wins from 8? Bro, just get a caretaker manager and end the season. Because let's be real. Gyökeres no service. Saka was poor. No one else was good. Time-wasting tactics was scandalous, disgusting. They were talking about beating Wigan. Brother, are we serious? Come on. We're supposed to be beating these teams, and we can't beat them. Bro, this is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It's disgraceful. And, you know, the worst part is you just know that there's going to be a documentary made from this season. And we're going to find out everything. And the worst part is everything is coming home to roost. Part of it already has come home to roost. And yet we're stuck over here in a type of purgatory, not knowing what more we can possibly do. And that's the worst thing. It makes my blood boil, but, you know, all I can say is that, you know, we've got to be prepared for from now until the end of the season. And we still have some people trying to gas us up saying this city isn't the city of old. Pep Guardiola is washed up. But listen, if we know anything about Pep Guardiola, I'll tell you what, he's going to motivate his players for one final push to the title. And there's a part of me that actually thinks that whether or not he wins the title, he will leave. But if he wins the title this season, that will be a perfect farewell for him. And as for who will replace him at Manchester City, well, maybe once Pep leaves, we might have some chance of breaking that hegemony they have over the Premier League. But that's not going to happen as long as Arteta's managing our club. It's disgusting. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Sorry, my StreamYard is the problem. The StreamYard is just... The Top Gooners just must have done something to my StreamYard for some reason. I don't know why.
It happens to a lot of people. I mean, like it happened to me when I was on Rash's stream earlier. I think twice it sort of froze and then I had to wait for it to come back. And just don't know what to do. If only I could see what else is there on the chat. Let me try and see what else is going on. But yeah, obviously there. If I could control the stream, I could show the chat right now. But certainly, a lot of people have said some. Well, actually, they've stopped speaking. Black Crow saying, "I always knew this manager would fold. He's a bell end." Baran, a Real Madrid supporter, saying that in all likelihood, Real Madrid will probably keep Arbeloa. And AJ, our moderator, saying this is not the real Arsenal we love. And that's the thing. He's spot on. This isn't it. It just isn't it. And the more people start to see this, I think the more people are now hopefully going to start coming to their senses. The only question is, how long are we willing to let this continue? Just how long? It's just awful the way things are literally crumbling. And what I really admire about a lot of these other YouTubers is that many of them see a lot of things about certain players that I couldn't quite see immediately. But now I see the evidence in front of my own eyes. Some of these players just aren't it. They're not really consistent enough. They don't seem to have the desire. And as AJ said, it might take a mass cull of players as well at the end of this season. And I'm glad that you're back, Natster, because obviously this is going to be a question, a sort of a rejoinder for both you and Khawaja. Yeah, I'm going to come to that later on, Baran, because one thing which we're going to talk about, obviously, is which players we should keep at the club, because it's quite clear that they need a new manager, someone to really guide the team in the proper direction, someone who has experience of being able to win, who can work with big egos, who could get them to do well as a team. And you know what? I can't think of any managers at present, but a rejoinder now for both you and Khawaja. Of the players we have in our squad right now, which of these players would you like to keep going forward? Because that way you won't have to mention the players you want thrown out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start with this one. Shouldn't take too long compared to the break I take. You know, it is what it is. I would keep Timber. I keep Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié. So that's basically the whole back line.
Yeah.
Keeper. I actually would keep Raya, but second choice, not first choice, because I get rid of Kepa, and then Setford could still be third choice. I would keep Declan Rice.
Yeah.
I would keep Brieza. I would keep Ethan when he comes back from his loan. I know he's not here right now, but he's still technically part of the squad, even though he's on loan. I keep Max Dowman. I keep Miles Lewis-Skelly, but play him in midfield, not a left back. I would keep Gyökeres because under a different manager, they would get a lot more out of him. Even though technically he's not it, but that's not what we bought him in for. And I've mentioned this before in previous streams. He is not a Sesko, even though I don't even rate him as well either. But he's not a Lewandowski, Harry Kane type striker. He's not that type of striker. He's an old school, old-fashioned centre forward. His first touch should be a goal, should be a shot. You know what I mean? So I keep Gyökeres. And then I think that's it. That's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. For me, the rest, other than the ones that I've mentioned, they can all go. I know Saka's just signed a new contract, but you know, protecting the value and all of that. Like, yeah, mate, it is what it is. Quadra. What do you think? Who would you keep, basically?
I would keep Raya, the whole back line I would keep. I would keep Rice. I would keep Eze. I would keep Dauman, of course. I would keep Gyökeres 100% because it's not his fault because nobody gives the bloody ball to him because he doesn't get the service. I would keep Lewis-Skelly. I would keep Ethan Nwaneri. I would keep Mosquera because I think he's decent.
Yeah. I had the Mosquera as well because I think he's done well considering even with his injury. I'm gonna have Mosquera as well. I forgot about that. I knew I'd forgot one. Go on, Quadra.
And you know what? Maybe I'll keep Josh Nichols. I think he's a good right back, but you know, Lego Head would never use the academy, doesn't trust him. I'd keep Norgard because I think Norgard's a decent player and I think he can do something. Let me see who else. Marley Salmon I would keep as well because he looks like a decent young centre back, so I would keep him as well. I think that's it, pretty much it. Except everyone else, sell them because I'm tired. Martinelli, Trossard, they were time wasting for no reason. Trossard was time wasting. That was disgusting. You cost us, bro. And let's be real, we need to sell them and get in replacements because Andre Berta is here. He does not want to spend any money because he's told Lego Head, you better win. You're not spending anything. You got to win something. That's what Berta's here. Berta's not gonna do anything for you, mate.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I don't think. Here's the thing, Baron. I don't think he's that overrated, but I don't think he's that bad either. Like, he's not been good this season, but at the same time, like, Gabriel is the better of the two centre backs.
Yeah,
I
he
agree
is.
with that, but I don't even think so much he's that overrated. For me, it's this manager has killed him along with all
Yeah.
these other players. If not physically, then definitely mentally. But to be honest, he's physically, mentally, spiritually fucked all of these players. It's fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Read this chat out and answer this question before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
I need to lie down. I'm not going to lie. At least for like 5-10 minutes or so. Oh yeah, no, I know you asked. Yeah, Manny, who would you bring in to replace him? Realistic coaches. I'll answer it as well, but since it was directed to you, Manny, you can answer it first.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, obviously, you know, he's trying to throw a spanner in the works there by asking about realistic coaches. And I think you said it earlier before I came on, Natster. If you were to offer any of these top coaches the money that Arteta's currently being paid, you know, they'd snap your arm off. And the Enrique thing is an interesting shout because I'll tell you what, PSG are struggling. Okay, they're struggling to defend their League 1 title. And they also had an almighty struggle against Monaco with our old boy, Folarin Balogun, scoring twice. And to think that this so-called joke of a manager wanted to prioritize Edward Nketiah over him. King of Zamunda, your defense is in trouble with you-know-who in the room. Get out of here. And but anyway, PSG are also struggling, and there is a possibility they may not be able to defend their treble. So I hear what you say about about how Enrique has some credit in the bank, but it could very well be that he might want a new challenge, because let's also not forget, a certain Josep Guardiola won the treble with Barcelona one season, I believe. But the following season, I don't think they won anything. I think it was Real Madrid who won La Liga. And then Guardiola decided, you know what? I think I've served my time here. I need a new challenge. And the rest is history. He moved to Bayern Munich, and then he then rocked up here at Manchester City. So it could very well be that Luis Enrique will want a new challenge. And let's also not forget, it's been an emotional time for him at PSG, especially with the sad demise of his daughter, who I think succumbed to a rare form of cancer. And he was able to use that. The team was able to use that as a means of, you know, rallying everyone together and sort of uniting behind the manager and behind the team, and they were duly rewarded for it. But it can be draining, especially no matter how long you spend at a certain club. It can be draining, and he might want a new challenge. And so if he wants the challenge of working in England, you know, he'll get to work with Zubimendi, Marino, Raya, Arrizabalaga, if he's still around, if either of them are, that is. So I wouldn't mind having him. Even someone like Hansi Flick, if he fails to win anything with Barcelona, he might also end up out of the job. So those are two pair of choices. I'm not going to consider bringing back I'm not going to consider asking Carlo Ancelotti to try and come and work with us, because he seems to be enjoying himself managing the Brazilian team, despite the fact that they still aren't quite the level that they were. He was a person that I wanted and you wanted after Unai Emery got sacked. And I definitely don't want to see Unai Emery coming back, because he doesn't deserve to be subjected once again to the same level of derision and vitriol that our fans subjected him to. And I know that there are some mutual fans of us who simply can't stand Unai Emery and, you know, have nothing but scorn for him for the job he did with us. I'm not one of them, but I respect other people's opinions, so I don't want Unai Emery back. So I think that narrows it down to Luis Enrique and Hansi Flick, ready-made managers who will probably benefit from the supposed good work that Arteta has done here. The worst part is, you know, people are now going to talk about how Arteta should still be given credit for having laid the foundations if we earn success under a new manager. But as I've told you, as someone who studied architecture, you don't get any credit for laying the foundations. 6 years, and we're supposed to give him credit for what is a glorified rebuilding job? In the words of Darryl Hall and John Oates, I can't go for that. No can do. So I hope that answers your question. And I'm sure you have the same opinion as I do. It's either Luis Enrique or Hansi Flick. I can't really see anyone else, having that kind of strength of character to be willing to take on the challenge of managing in the Premier League. By the way, I would have said Inzaghi some time ago, but I think that ship has sailed, and now he's in Saudi, so go figure.
Yeah, it is what it is. Quadra, would you agree with that? Either a Luis Enrique or Hansi Flick? Was he still on Twitter or TikTok doing his thing? Yeah. Okay. While he's sorting himself out, I'll answer it. No problem. Yeah. For me, it's Luis Enrique. Guns, who we were on stream with earlier, Manny. He said countless of times when he's been out and about, the odd times where he meets people, speaks to people that are mainly Arteta out, ironically. He always asks them this question: who do you want after this manager? They all answer with the same guy, Luis Enrique, bruv. And for me, and especially after that, I think they won 5 trophies. It wasn't even like a quadruple, I think. They definitely won the treble, but it was like, I think they won 5 trophies that season, or that year. But either way, Luis Enrique is the guy for me. Even if you pay £50 million to him, he'll take it. He's not on £50 million at PSG, as far as I'm aware. So give it to him. Like Arteta's ruined his career for, was it 6 years? He's basically given himself 9 figures, or Kroenke's given him 9 figures to fuck about. That's it. To use Arsenal as a chew toy, even worse than what Arsene Wenger did. So I would accept a Hansi Flick if it's not Luis Enrique. The thing is with Hansi Flick, though, people can say Barca defensively are poor and all of that. He's been looking a little bit shaky. But the truth of the matter is, Barca's defensive incapabilities are down to Barca. And Barca have never been the greatest defensively, for the longest. It's not in their DNA. Yes, they've had better defenders and they've defended better in past times. But, yeah, they're all about the La Masia, Johan Cruyff style of players, Manny, and even you, Quadra, as well. So for me, like, I'm at that point now where it's just like, I just want a serial winner. This team, this football club is crying out for a Luis Enrique. Berta knows it. Michele even knows it. And Kroenke knows it as well. And I think it's about that time that we make it happen. Operation Save the Season. And in doing so, we'll save the cups, the League Cup, quite possibly the FA Cup, and this Premier League. Because why wait till Tottenham on Sunday to get beat 2-3-0, potentially, but then this manager to get potted? Why give it an extra few days? Tottenham waited too long to sack Thomas the Frank Engine, do you know what I'm saying? Choo-choo and all of that. So while we've waited ridiculously long, like the some of these Arsenal fans that have this level of patience, and it's mainly guys, I'm gonna be real, like, if that's how you see yourselves in certain relationships, friendships, like, it would be commendable if there was a reason to genuinely be loyal. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about loyalty, personally. But when it's not there, and you're just constantly being used as a doormat, getting shat on, day after day, week after week, year after year, do you know what I'm saying? As all the months go by and that, there's no honour in that. There's no respect, never mind self-respect. It's a car crash, man. And personally, I'm just sick and tired of all of this shit. Like, this club, Andrea Berta, like I said earlier, needs to pull the plug. He needs to do the right thing. Kroenke made the appointment of Berta too late. I know Garlick's still there, but again, if he doesn't fix up or he does any more fuckeries, he's out the door, and he knows it as well. Hence why he's been on his best behaviour for the past year or so. And then, Vinay was out the door, went to Tottenham, and now it's gone to shit. But, the game is the game. It is what it is. I'm going to end it there. Thank you, Manny and Quadra, for coming on the stream and that. Much appreciated as always.
No, big up,
Manny,
man.
what have you got coming up? Plug your socials and all of that shit, brother.
I'm gonna post up some shorts, a shorts clip saying how fuming I am. But all in all, I'm not gonna do anything about it because this league is wrapped up. Congratulations to Manchester City for winning the league. Title-winning teams don't drop points to teams like Wolverhampton Wanderers or teams like that. We're just not winning this league. We're crumbling again. And the Cronkies need to do something. If they don't sack this manager at the end of the season, then this club is finished.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Buddy, what you got coming up, brother? And thanks for
probably nothing very much. I mean, obviously nothing on my own YouTube channel, but you will find me on several other channels. We should be doing a preview stream for the upcoming game week this coming Friday, which is the day after tomorrow, on Oris Talks Football. If you would like to hop on Natster, by all means do so. If you have the time, I will send you the link. Khawaja, you can also come on too. And also, you can find me on several other channels on YouTube, mainly non-Arsenal channels, because I want to get out of that echo chamber, as it were. And you will also catch me on a Spurs channel, Spurs U Asian TV. I do believe they will be doing a watch-along. My good friend Eugene, based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And yeah, just quite a few other channels. If you want to catch me on social media, my Instagram is Manithangadurai1981. It's also the same thing for Threads. And on Twitter, where I also posted a very angry tweet, and with your permission, Nasta, let me just bring this tweet up right now, if I may. There's an option to share this screen, and
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, can you see it? Yeah, absolutely disgusting. A 2-goal lead against bottom of the table Wolves. Just when I thought Arsenal couldn't do worse than the earlier fixture, this team proves that they do not deserve good things. And David Raya, you better hang your head in shame, because that was an absolute rubbish performance. Yeah, my tweets aren't getting much traction because I think the muskrat has, strangled me a bit. But use these hashtags and you're good to go. And we got an Aston Villa fan saying, sorry for you, mate. And my reply is, yeah, it is what it is, brother. It's to be expected with the so-called manager that we have, not to mention a bunch of absolutely overrated players. And I'm not joking when I say this. I've enjoyed watching Unai Emery's Aston Villa play this season more than Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, because I'll tell you what, that team is a real team with a proper manager, and they're doing great things this season. It hurts. And contrary to what people say, I don't get any enjoyment from saying that simply because it's our former manager and our former goalkeeper who are playing. But, you see how the problems that Aston Villa have had with PSR choking them. They had a horrible start to the season. And even now, they're still not far away. They will secure Champions League football, even if the league might be slightly beyond them now. And they're also still, in a good position to win the Europa League, although they've also qualified straight away for the knockouts, just like we have for the Champions League. But, it's an indictment as to how poor our football has been this season. It's been, at times, ugly to watch, and I really can't bear very much of it anymore. But I've given you my socials. You can find me anywhere and everywhere on YouTube. You'll definitely find me here as often as I can on Nasta's channel. For now, though, I'm going to just head off. And I believe Northside has a call-in show going on. I'm going to see if I can't get onto that. But big up to you, Khawaja. Big up to you, Nat, my brother. Pattern recognition. These two words are going to define our season. Mate, always a legend. I'll see you again soon. Big up to the chat.
Yeah, see you very soon, Manny. Take care of yourself, my G. Yeah, big up. Yeah, we're gonna head on out. You will actually find me on Gianni's stream. Gianni's setting up a stream. I think now he just sent me a message. Usually I would be on Northside stream, but yeah, doing this and all of that, had to take a little break, to calm down even during my stream and that. It is what it is. But yeah, we move. Big up Quadra and big up Manny for coming on. And yeah, we are out of here. Arteta out, bruv. Best believe that.